Hey, beautiful people. I want to talk to you about this single mum smorgasbord and how it can be enticing for a man who maybe doesn't have a family of his own or hasn't really dealt with his mother injuries to be attracted to a woman that already has children. Because what that does is it gets him off the hook and it also gives him a backdoor plan to get out of the situation. And within himself, there might be a thing about him that always wants to save women, and by saving women, it gives himself a sense of identity. And what's missing in all of this is a connection to the core self. And the core self is something that tends to be abandoned as a child, particularly if you grew up in a family system that wasn't nurturing or your parents weren't present. For example, your parents went through a divorce, or your dad was consumed with work and your mother was consumed with trying to keep the house together, and or she had her own work to do. And today, in this modern age, when a woman transitions into this single mother, there can be an attractive resilience and versatility, energy about her, where she can kind of keep it all together. She's earning an income, she's taking care of her kids, she's learning how to prioritize herself. And typically, especially the single mothers on my feed, do a lot of inner work, personal development work. And that's also attractive as well. So you tend to find a guy that hangs out in spiritual communities or truther communities. But what's missing in all of this is the underlying self abandonment that shows up as armoring around the core self. And when you don't tend to the armoring, when you just intellectually know where your injuries come from, it doesn't translate into an embodied form. So you may have attracted what I call either a Peter Pan, and or maybe you're a man who can't seem to find a woman of his own to have children with. This also applies to you, because you haven't dealt with this. First of all, it's a mother injury. And then secondly, it's a father injury where you haven't been mentored or modeled as to what a healthy man looks like in a relationship. For example, I'm still hearing, especially even in the coaching space, of men complaining about their partners that they don't get what they want from their partners. And then these men are not in touch with their purpose. They're not in touch with God. They're not in touch with what they're really here to do. And when you are not in touch with the larger feminine nature of the planet, you look for it in your partner, you look for it in other people. So you become this dependent, codependent, more like codependency on the people in your life. And you are not self-sourced. When you are disconnected from your core self, you are unable to be self-sourced. You are self-sourced handicapped. So to connect to the core self, and I've spoken about this on lots of podcasts and recommended books and all of that kind of stuff, binging content that is related to attachment theory or narcissists or that kind of level of content is not going to help you get to where you want to go. What you really want to have a look at is what is the patterns that are playing out for me. Listen to, is John speaking truth to me? Because if he is, and you can feel it in your body that I am, then have a look at more of my content and explore, first of all, the 5 personality patterns. And then from there, go deeper into what your de-armoring process will look like. And if you get stuck in that, like I love helping people move through it all. Like it's a passion of mine to see families working together. And if you're a single mom and you want a man to come into your life to help support you and add to your life is the key piece here. And if you don't know what your negotiables are or non-negotiables in a relationship, you're not going to know what that feels like. I've done a video on this before. It's also in my school group. So there's tons of content that I've created that can help you either stop attracting boys, or if you're a man, either giving you the faculty to create a family with your own partner and or step into a relationship with a woman who already has children to support her and add to her life. Either way, there are solutions to all of these, and the maps I've got are in my content. And if you're struggling with reading the maps, then maybe you have too many maps, maybe you have too many tabs open on your computer, and you need to close some and just focus on the content that adds value to your life. All right. Mad love. Bye.